Hello, my name is Quatechia and you are watching Quatechia Creates. Hello besties, so today we are going to be working with some inks. You guys, in a previous video I showed you guys the new products that I purchased from the Crystalac company, and their new water-based inks was included in that unboxing. This tumbler was inspired by a picture that I saw on Pinterest. So we are going to get into creating this fall inspired tumbler. Let's get into the video. So we're going to start with our 30-ounce skinny straight tumbler, and the first thing we are going to do is sand our tumbler all over with our 60 grit sanding block. I purchased this on Amazon. I will leave all of the links to the products that I'm using down in the description box. After you're finished sanding your tumbler, you want to make sure that you're going in and you're cleaning it. I am using this spray bottle with a drop of Dawn dish soap and some water, and wiping it down with some paper towels. Once your tumbler is clean and dry, you can go in with your base paint. I am using Crystalac's Universal White Stain Blocking Primer, and I'm going to use about 3 coats to get the desired color or coverage that I'm looking for. Okay, here are the inks that we are going to be primarily working with. We have our magenta, our red, our violet, and our ink blending solution. These all came in the bundle deal. We also have these cosmetic wedges that I purchased from the Dollar Tree on the cosmetic aisle. Before using your inks, you want to make sure that you get them mixed pretty well, because things tend to settle when it's just sitting. To get started, I'm going to use the dropper that comes with the water-based inks and drop some onto my cosmetic wedge, and then I am going to dab it onto my base coated tumbler. As I'm putting it on here, I am seeing that it is a pretty light color, and just so as a reminder, here is the reference photo or the photo of inspiration that we are using to create today's tumbler. So we are going to have to do a few layers to build up to these deeper, darker, richer colors. And after dropping the ink on the wedge a couple of times, I just started dropping the ink onto the actual tumbler and then blending it out. After I finished with that first layer of the red, I went ahead and went for the purple. So I did the bottom first, and now I'm going to do the top. So now we're going to do the purple, and essentially we're doing the same thing. I started by dabbing it onto the wedge, and then eventually I just started putting it on the tumbler. And we're going to bring this color about 1/3 of the way down, and then we'll move on to our next color, which is this really pretty magenta color. And as we've done with the previous 2 colors, we're gonna dab on this pink in the middle, and I'm just gonna go directly in the middle, because that way I'll have more room to blend the pink with the red and the pink with the purple. And in an effort to add a little depth to this tumbler situation we got going on, I'm gonna add a little blue. Now I will say that these water-based inks are a little misleading because they look so much darker in the bottles, and then when you pull them out they are on the lighter side. So I picked up the teal. I was going for a blue dark, mysterious type of blob situation over there, but the teal was much lighter than I wanted, which is fine because I just continue to build on my colors and go from there. After I made my way through all of those colors, well, everything was dry, so I thought I would go in with the red, add more of that, and bring that up closer to the pink to fill in that white space. And then I went in with the purple and did the exact same thing, bringing it all the way down and filling in that white space. And after that, I came in with the pink. And as you can see, adding those second coats of the inks is definitely darkening them up. But in an effort to not bore you guys to death, I just want you to know that I went in with the colors back to back, and I just continued to build my layers until I was happy with the color that I got. In that darker area, I did not use the teal again. I went in with the actual blue because I was thinking that the blue would be darker. So anyway, I went in with the blue and I went all the way around with the blue, but then I concentrated back to that area, but I just felt like that blue was going to give me a darker color and a pretty good blend between that purple and pink. And like I said before, you're just going to go back and forth and get to the desired depth of color that you're looking for. It took me about 45 minutes to completely ink my tumbler. Okay, and don't be afraid to mix colors. I ended up mixing some black in with my red to get a darker red. I feel like I probably should have used a little bit more black to get that darker red, but I just continued building on my colors until I was happy with it. I also went ahead and put some of the blue up to the top of the tumbler along that rim just to create a little bit more depth and deepen the actual purple that I was going for up there. So don't be afraid to play with your colors. I also want to note that I use a separate wedge for each color. You don't want to mix your colors on your sponge. I use a separate wedge so that I can better control my blend and control the actual color that was going on the tumbler. And also, as a suggestion, if you're going to be working with the inks from the Crystalac company, I would suggest you purchasing the entire pack of inks. That way you have more control over the color that you're actually getting, because like I said before, these colors are on the lighter side, so you may need to combine colors to get the desired color that you're looking for. But the good thing is the inks dry really fast, so you don't have to wait like a whole lot of time between coats. Just like with alcohol inks, I think that it dries just as fast, which is one of the things that I was a little concerned about. So at some point I did go in with some black and red together to add a little extra depth on the tumbler. Like, how many times have I said that word this video? So this is what our tumbler ended up looking like once we were finished with our inks. Are they the exact replicas to the inspiration photo? No, but I still love it. Now, because I don't know how to not put glitter on anything unless I'm strictly told not to, and I didn't receive those instructions, so we're gonna add some glitter. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my extreme protection that I have in this condiment bottle, and I'm gonna mix a little bit of my Glitter Heart Co. diamonds. It's the most beautiful white glitter that you will ever see. I'm gonna mix them together, and then I'm going to add it onto my tumbler like that. And I don't know exactly how much I use. I don't even know how much extreme protection is in here, but you want it to look like this glitter ratio to EP, or you can also use Bright Tone and Grand Finale. And now we're simply going to add it to our tumbler as we would if it didn't have glitter in it. Apparently my glitter settled to the bottom in my medicine cup, so I ended up having to like scoop some of the glitter up with my finger to like spread more glitter onto the tumbler. And y'all, this is how it looked once it dried. There is quite a bit of separating on the tumbler, and I did consider stripping it, but what I decided to do was just to keep going with it and see how it turned out. And it did turn out beautifully. I just ended up using 2 more coats of the extreme protection, and it filled in quite nicely. Now, after waiting at least 4 hours after the extreme protection was dry, I went in with my Grand Finale. And after 2 hours of the first coat of Grand Finale, I went in with a second coat. Now at this point, we have a pretty good shine going. However, I do see some streaks, and I know that I have been using probably a little too much the Grand Finale. But we're going to go ahead and sand our tumbler. I'm confident that the streaks will, go away. So we're going to sand our tumbler with a 400 grit sanding block, because I can still feel my glitter. So we're gonna get it sand down real good, and then we'll go in with a couple more coats of our Grand Finale. So here's our tumbler after it has been completely sanded and cleaned. I typically will rinse it off with just water and a paper towel, or I may use like a drop of Dawn dish soap to clean them. So this is with 3 coats of Grand Finale after it had been sanded. I do see like streaks. Definitely still trying to figure this thing out, but there's some streaks. It's not completely smooth, So I'm going to sand it, and then I'll apply probably 2 more coats of the grand finale, and then I should be ready for my water slide. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get our water slide prepared because we are gonna have to allow this to gas off for at least 48 hours before we're able to apply our next coat of top coat. I will be printing my design that I purchased from SVG Max Studio off of Etsy. I will leave a link down in the description box. I did reach out to the owner of SVG Max Studio, and he was able to give us a discount code for future purchases, and I will leave that link down in my description box as well as the coupon code, so don't forget to use that. Because we're going to be doing a full water slide, I am going to get my design prepared in Canva, and then I am going to print it from here. If you'd like a full tutorial on how I print my full size water slides, then just comment down below and I'll get right on that. To soak our water slide, I am going to be using this baking sheet with a bunch of water in it. Also, I did seal my water slide with 2 coats of this Rust-Oleum 2x clear gloss, and then I went in with a coat of the Plasti Dip, and then I followed it with an additional coat of the 2x gloss clear spray paint. Once your water slide is completely dry, then you want to go ahead and soak it in your water. Once your water slide peels from the back of your paper, you're ready to apply it to your tumbler. The key to applying a flawless full clear water slide is going to be to keep the water slide wet like the entire time. Once you get the water slide onto the tumbler, I like to use a combination of this silicone makeup brush. I use it as like a squeegee, as well as coffee filters. If you want a more detailed tutorial at how to like do it correctly and flawlessly, then just comment down in the comment section, and like I said, I'll get on that. I did print this a little big, and I do normally like to print them big. That way I can cut off the excess on the tumbler. Once your water slide is completely dry, you're ready to apply your stars. I do suggest you waiting at least an hour just to be sure that the water slide is dry before applying the additional paint to it. And I am using a paint marker to apply dots, like, you know, sporadically all over the tumbler. I will leave a link down to this marker in the description box. Once your paint is completely dry, you're ready to go in and apply your top coat. I'm using the grand finale to seal in my paint and water slide. It took 3 coats until I was comfortable with the sealing of the water slide and the paint before I was ready to apply my decal that I cut on my Cricut maker. I did make this decal myself, and I will leave it in my Facebook group, so if you want to use this design, it will be available to you in my group. I kind of lost my R in this process, but I did, you know, have it somewhere. So then I just went and filled it back in. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It did work this time. You guys, if you ever like have any issues like with your SVG where, you know, you may lose a letter, it's okay to like reprint or recut a letter. You don't have to recut the whole SVG, which I didn't have to do, but I was, you know, ready to do it if I needed to. And once I had everything in place, I sealed it with my grande finale. And I absolutely love the way that it turned out. If you want to see the final photos included with like the name that this customer, which is my mom, requested, check out my Instagram page. And you guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, like this video, subscribe to my channel, turn your notification bell so that you can be notified every time I post a new video. You guys, check out the description box. I have some discount codes. The creator of the file that we use for the water slide has graciously given us a discount code, and that will be located down in my description box. Also, if you want to use the same SVG that I use, I created it myself, and I will also have that linked in the description box. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment down below and I will respond. I am very active in my comment section. And that is it for now. Until next time, bye-bye.